All right. Hi there, guys. Jason here, and we're just going to do a quick update video. So I did a video about this when I had bought it, released it recently. So it was a little bit old in the first place. But as at the time that I had recorded that, I had suggested that I was going to reach out to the people that made this and see if they could actually update it. Turns out that they can. They actually do offer a free upgrade or update feature or function or service, whatever you want to call it. But the best thing that I would recommend it is if you do wish to do this, reach out to them through their Etsy store. That's how I did it. I did try to reach out to them through their website, but for whatever reason, either the form mailer didn't send an email or I just wasn't being wasn't being responded to. So Etsy store is definitely the best way to do this. But yeah, they are able to actually update the software. They won't be able to update the hardware for you, but they can definitely update the information inside of it. So for whatever reason, mine had up to Generation 8, and with this latest update, it covers everything from Scarlet and Violet. So there we go. Inside little package, they gave me another one of these real electric Pokédex postcards with a base description of it. Basically, again, this is a Pokédex with full voice descriptions for all Pokemon, type charts, trainer tips, item information, town maps, songs, games, and more. And they have actually added like quite a bit to this as far as functionality goes. And so this just tells me that it has a Generation 9 update, and the Pokédex has been updated to the latest software, which includes Generation 9 Pokemon and many other new features. So yeah, there we go. They actually did give me this little 3D printed stand for this as well, which is kind of nice. I like that. I had a stand for it already, but that's okay. Nothing different with the actual Pokedex itself. The main thing with this update is that even though they're able to update the software, there is now a camera that is on the newer models, which is able to scan Pokemon and stuff like that. So I don't have that functionality, which, you know, it's a bummer, but it's whatever. I just want like the Pokedex to do the Pokedex things. So same as before, you have your power, volume slider, and then charger. So I'm just going to turn it on. Once it boots. Now we're in here. And this thing is surprisingly loud, and I love it. But now we have our main menu. It's going to be difficult to sort of go over everything that's in this just on the screen because it's difficult to capture it on the video. But starting from the top, you have Pokemon, and then you have your national dex, regional dex, alphabetical, everything like that. You also have the ability to do them by generation. And then a new feature is a Bluetooth Connect, which allows you to connect to, I believe, Chrome-based websites and scan for Pokemon that way, and actually connect your Pokedex to it. But if you go to, like, say this, by generation, now you can select Generation 9, and I can go all the way over to Pecharunt and get info.
Pecharunt, the subjugation Pokemon. It feeds others toxic mochi that draw out desires and capabilities.
And all that sort of stuff. So they got Cry. It's got your stats, moves that it can learn, and abilities. And it also gives you the ability to look at its back sprite, shiny sprite, and all that sort of stuff, as well as its typing. So again, just as like far as a Pokedex goes, this is super handy, and I really like that. You have your type chart, which is the same as what it was previously, just basically helps you determine which one is effective and not effective. Then you have your moves, so obviously this is going to have all of the new moves as well, just to help with your planning. It's got trainer tips, which does now include Paradox Pokemon.
Paradox Pokemon are a group of Pokemon that have been brought through time to the present.
So stuff like that, and it covers Dynamax and Gigantamax as well. So, and then items, again, also, you have all of the things that are covered in the new generations too. And you have your town maps, and so now you have also a Paldea, which is done in like the original version, which is actually like really kind of cool. I kind of enjoy this. And then you have your Who's That Pokemon, which there are a whole bunch of them, and I don't know if they're only the ones that are on the show or if they did more. The only ones that I recognize seeing are original ones from like the actual anime, so I haven't seen any that are like newer Pokemon, but that's fine. You have songs too, anime songs, all the way up to like the newest ones, and then you have the game songs too. This is so. Here's your Team Star. And then you also have games, which this is, I think, the stuff that's newer for me. You have things like radio, Pokemon Quiz, which I remember the Pokemon Quiz being here, but things like the Who's That Quiz, the Pidgey Bird, Run Rattata Run, Ekans' Lunch, Clefairy Says, Whack-a-Diglett, Ask Abra, Durant, and Durant Farm weren't here previously. Radio, it basically just allows you to tune through channels just like you would on Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Pokemon Quiz is just 10, 25, 50, or 100 questions about Pokemon that you can answer, but this was in my previous video. You have your Pokemon Cry Quiz. They give you a cry. I'm gonna say Spoink. Okay, I was right. Let's try it. Okay, that has to be Groudon. That's an ad too. Anyway, so you got a quiz. That was really loud. And then I'll show you a couple of games. So you got Pidgey Bird. So, oop, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Which is basically Flappy Bird. So yeah, new high score, great. But you have like different modes in that one, and then you'll probably recognize this one, which is Clefairy Says, which is almost an exact copy of the Nintendo 64 one. Yeah, I didn't do very well. Up, left, down, down. Really want to exit. Okay, but yeah, there you go. It's a neat little update, and I think as far as everything else goes, you got your just Pokédex stuff, which you also have access to your trainer card, which I believe that you had in the beginning, but you can actually do a lot more with it, I believe. I've got my team here as well as badges, and then you have your settings. So if you do have one of these, just remember that you are actually able to request an update of the software. I don't know if there's limitations between like what version is able to upgrade to another version, because I'm assuming that it's probably based on whatever internals this has that might give it some limitations. But I always recommend just reach out to the seller on Etsy with the Silph company, and check them out. But yeah, thanks for watching. Much appreciated. Again, I really do enjoy this thing. This is a nifty little device. I like it just because it's a real Pokédex. One of these days, if I have the extra ability, I will go ahead and I'll splurge for a new one that has like the camera and everything in it. But for right now, I'm okay with it just the way that it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.